Race fans all over the globe, thank you for watching the program. You are in paddock headquarters, and I want to talk about the sprint race at the Belgian Grand Prix race weekend. Now, ultimately, Max Verstappen does rise to the top, and he takes first place. He's got the superior car. He did not make any mistakes, and he wins the sprint race. Next up is Oscar Piastri. He's really, I guess, the story of the weekend, developing his skills for McLaren. Showing that he belongs in Formula One. He takes second place, takes the second place podium. He was leading the race for a little while. Really great effort by Oscar. Looking forward to seeing how he does in the Grand Prix tomorrow. Third on the podium was Pierre Gasly. Now, Alpine, they needed this, right? Their whole program is just at the bottom cellar level. And Alpine, to get a podium was really nice. To get some points was nice. Pierre Gasly did his job, worked through the issues, worked through the rainy, wet track, and ultimately gets that podium and gets some very much needed points for Alpine. But even more so, a little bit of morale as they go through this mid-season transition, losing their sporting director and their team principal. So congratulations to Pierre Gasly for a nice run in the sprint race. After Pierre Gasly, we had the two Ferraris. Good job. They finished in the points, both Ferraris. We had Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc come in, got the job done, got a nice little handful of points. But ultimately, tomorrow really is the defining day for Ferrari. They need a good performance tomorrow. That's what we're looking for. We're going to wait for the Grand Prix to make any judgment on Team Ferrari, specifically with strategy. They really need to show up and take the right amount of risk, make the right decisions, and have a good performance. After the Ferraris, we have Lando Norris, that second McLaren, continues to drive well. And then we have the two Mercedes. So Lewis Hamilton comes in 7th, getting 2 points, and George Russell comes in 8th, getting 1 point for the team Mercedes. I was watching. Lewis Hamilton had some contact with Checo. Checo ultimately retired the car, but he was having trouble before the contact. And I thought the 5-second penalty on Lewis Hamilton was undeserved. I didn't think it merited a penalty. I thought they were both coming around and they were racing. So I thought it was a racing incident, but ultimately the stewards decided to penalize Lewis Hamilton 5 seconds, and that knocked him much lower in the point spread. So Mercedes really needs to show up tomorrow. They have decent cars. They really do well with the cars that sometimes are ready to perform and sometimes aren't. So we'll be looking to see how Mercedes does tomorrow as well. But I did think that Lewis Hamilton's penalty was a bit undeserved. And finally, I guess Ricciardo, got to mention Ricciardo. He finishes outside the points in 9th on an 11-lap race sprint weekend. Now, it looked like he might be competing for a point at some point throughout the race, but ultimately he tails off on the end and does not get it. But it was a good performance by him. So we'll look forward and we'll continue watching his comeback as he hits the race weekend this weekend at the Belgian Grand Prix. So thank you for watching. Another race show tomorrow. Paddock Headquarters out.